Hello my beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. In today's episode we're going to be talking about the crown virus. I can't say its actual name because of YouTube reasons. I know I'll be posting this on Instagram, but thanks to YouTube I can't really say it. So when I say the crown virus, you know what I'm talking about. As you probably already know, Black the Ripper has unfortunately passed away.
Now I just wanted to talk to you guys about some very upsetting news that's just come to my attention. Now, Black the Ripper has been reported, and there's no current news of exactly what's happened.
And it's just very unfortunate. He died at the age of 32, and he was a very influential rapper.
And he had as much success with the song Weed Is My Best Friend with Shorty, Frisco and also Chip again. A lot of the younger generation would maybe see Black the Ripper as a grime artist, but I think a lot of his music, a lot of his club bangers was a way to entice people in to go and listen to his very conscious music.
The circumstances around his death are still quite mysterious. I think there's news about how they're trying to get autopsy or something. I'm not fully sure about his cause of death yet, but judging by this timing and what's been happening, I feel like it might be the crown virus. But it did get me thinking, like, Black the Ripper was famous for smoking a lot of marijuana and pushing it to be legal, and I myself agree that we should be legal.
He campaigned a lot for cannabis, and he did this in ways that some people might think is not ideal, but he did it to raise awareness for things like epilepsy, the treatment of cannabis, and the way that cannabis was viewed.
What this got me thinking is that if the crown virus affects people, who have weaker immune system or have respiratory problems, if the crown virus does attack the lungs, then it will make sense for someone who does smoke a large amount of marijuana or cigarettes or whatever. These things actually produce toxins in the lung. So it would make your lungs weaker. So if there was a virus to attack your lungs, I guess it would make you more likely to be in intensive care or to die from it. I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but it's just, I was thinking this will make sense kind of thing. So yeah, if you are a weed smoker or a smoker in general, please be careful. Maybe at this time, I don't know, I guess it might be too late to stop now kind of thing, because it'll take a while for your lungs to recover anyway. But it's just something that got me thinking. So anyway, yeah, let's move on. I have no idea why it's kind of wonky, but it's a little bit annoying me. You know, I'm not OCD or anything, but do you get what I mean? I'm sorry guys, let's move on anyway. So Boris Johnson, as you already know, he was hospitalised for the crown virus.
Minister Boris Johnson is tonight in intensive care at St Thomas's Hospital.
He was positive for it about 2 weeks ago, and then eventually the symptoms started to develop and he had to be hospitalised because they were scared that he might have respiratory problems. But recently he's come out of hospital, and he's looking a lot more better now.
Prime Minister Boris Johnson has now been discharged from hospital as he continues his recovery.
Good afternoon. I've today left hospital after a week in which the NHS has saved my life, no question.
Which is great, to be honest. I'm happy to hear that, but I'll be honest with you, like, he's a bit of an idiot in my opinion, because there's videos of this genius talking about how he was shaking people that had the crown virus hands. He was shaking their hands in hospital.
I'm shaking hands continuously. I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody. You'll be pleased to know, and I continue to shake hands.
Really, nigga?
I watched this and I was just completely astonished. Even the the doctor or whoever was next to him was even more astonished by his comments. But sometimes this guy, he's one of those guys that you just have to laugh at. Sometimes he's a very he's a very funny guy. I can't lie. But yeah, so that's Boris Johnson and the crown virus. The NHS staff are still, under immense pressure and still don't have enough protective equipment. And, it just highlights as well the importance of not just NH staff workers, but just people who do day-to-day jobs that we don't even notice. We're too busy looking at stupid celebrities tell us what they think about the environment and politics, where we keep ignoring these, these working class people who every day go out and do their job so we all could have a better life. From the bin men who every day, even regardless of this virus, they're still there taking out the bins, to the bus drivers. I think 9 have died of the crown virus, but yet these bus drivers are still going out every day doing their job. It's for me, it's amazing. It shows the good in humanity. Like, some people like to think humans are fundamentally bad, but what I've seen mainly is fundamental good in people, apart from the toilet paper thing.
Oh, no.
But thank you for watching this video. I got another one coming soon. It's actually it's quite interesting. It's kind of like a part 2 of the video I did about China, which I got a lot of good feedback about, so I'm happy. Hopefully my videos get better. So thank you to everyone that subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, like, comment, share, and we'll see you next time on another episode of Let's Talk About It.
And I shook hands with everybody.